Yo, what up, people? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. All right, so I've been getting a lot of emails recently from dudes, and there's been a theme in the emails. And a lot of guys are asking me about flakiness and, why are women flaky? And, they tell me they want to go out with me and we exchange numbers, and then they say they're going to meet me at this place and then they never show up. Or they call me like an hour before we're supposed to meet and say she can't make it. And they're like, why are these women so flaky? Why are they doing this? So, I wanted to give you guys 5 reasons why women are flaky. And, some of these reasons you're going to think are ridiculous because they are. But, just to give you some insight as to why these women are flaky. And I'm just going to, tell you a little bit about what you should do when you're dealing with these flaky women. All right. So this is in no particular order of importance or anything, but I'm just going to do a countdown. So number 5 is she has a man. Okay. So the girl you met and you talked to and who gave you her number, she has a man. She most likely has a guy. She has a boyfriend. See, the thing is, she gave you the number because you were giving her attention, or, some girls do this shit. Like, let's say they had an argument with their boyfriend. They're mad at the boyfriend and they feel like sort of like getting back at him is to give you their number. So she's like, she has a little revenge thing in her head or whatever. But what happens is that, you call her up and, you probably don't hear from her, or if you do hear from her, she's probably, setting up something to see you. And then by the time you're supposed to get together, she starts to feel guilty. She's like, oh, I can't go cheat on my boyfriend. I can't go see this guy. So, you're telling her, hey, let's get together Friday night. She's like, okay, cool. Let's get together Friday night and hang out. So, in her mind that whole time when she called you, she's thinking, yeah, I'm just going to get with this guy and, hang out and, so she can feel better about herself. But then when it comes time to do it, she, backs out because she doesn't want to cheat on her man. But, you didn't know she had a man, but that's why you got flaked on, is because she has a dude. All right. So some of these girls you're dealing with, they have men and they will just give you the number so you can give them your attention so they can feel good about themselves. That's what happens. You understand? All right. So number 4 is you weren't her first choice. All right, so what the hell does that even mean, Mr. Locario? Okay, this is the thing. A chick, she goes around, during her day or whatever, her week, doing her thing, and she has, a number of different guys who are trying to holler at her, right? So let's say she gives her number to about, 6 guys during that week or whatever. She's talking to 6 guys or whatever, and you're, the 7th, and she says, and you say, hey, let's get together Saturday. And she's like, all right, cool, let's get together Saturday, right? Now, what happens is there's another guy she's talking to, those other 6 guys or whatever. One of those guys she's talking to, she really, really, really likes. Like, she sort of thinks you're all right, she likes you, but she doesn't like you as much as this other guy. So the other guy is the first choice. So therefore, you're not her first choice. So what happens is that you already planned a date with her on Saturday, right? And let's say this is Wednesday, planned a date for her on Saturday. And then Friday night, the guy who she really likes, who she hasn't heard from probably in a couple weeks or whatever, he hits her up and he says, yo, let's get together on Saturday. You understand? And she says yes because she wants to see him, right? Now, you're probably thinking, why couldn't she just say, hey, I'm busy on Saturday, I'll see you Sunday, or I can see you Friday? But to her, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that she wants to see him. You understand? That guy's the first choice, you're the second, and she'll basically see the guy without even letting you know that she's going to break off the date. Or sometimes she'll call you and tell you some bullshit and say, oh, something happened and, I'm not going to be able to make it Saturday. And the reason why she can't make it Saturday is because she wants this other guy's dick in her mouth. You understand what I'm saying? So you weren't her first choice. And so she's seeing this dude who is her first choice, which is why you're not seeing her, which is why you got flaked on. All right. So that type of shit happens. This is, I just want to let you guys know what's going on out here in the game. You feel me? And this is why I always tell you guys to approach a lot of women. All right. So I'm going to move on to number 3. Now, number 3 is sort of similar to the last one of, you were in her first choice. But number 3 is you were her backup plan. So it kind of sounds like number 2, but it's a little different. See, in this situation, you meet a girl and you're talking to her. She's just, she's glad that you're giving her attention. Y'all exchange numbers and then y'all make a date. All right. So let's say, you guys are going to see each other Friday night, right? Now, the only reason she made a date with you is not because she's necessarily even that interested in you. In most cases, she's really not that interested in you. She might be a little bit, but not, not that much. She, to you right now, you're just like another guy. You're okay, whatever, right? So she looks at you as something to do or someone to hang out with or someone to entertain her for Friday night or whenever you guys said that you were going to meet up. But the thing is, the only reason she agreed to meet up with you on Friday was because she had absolutely nothing else to do on Friday, right? Now, this is the thing. If anything else comes up that's going to happen on Friday when you're supposed to see her, you're going to get flaked on. See, she already designated you as the backup plan. So, and this could be basically anything. Like one of her girlfriends could call up and say, "Yo, there's this really cool party on Friday. My friend's throwing. You should come with me." She will call you and cancel the date with you so she can go to the party. The thing was, she had nothing to do before, but now her friend says, "Hey, there's this party," so now she's gonna go to the party and flake out on you. Do you understand? Or, she meets another guy. And that guy wants to see her, and then of course now you're not her first choice. You see how I said it kind of goes with the second one, but you've been designated the backup plan. The only way that girl is not going to flake out on you is if absolutely nothing happens between the time you plan the date and to the time you're supposed to have the date. If anything else comes up or occurs that she could be doing otherwise, if anything comes up, she's going to do that. But if there's nothing that comes up, she's going to see you, which is why you're the backup plan. You're what she's going to do if nothing else better comes along. That's how she looks at you. Now, are you guys starting to see why I say don't give chicks who flake on you chances, really? You understand? You're starting to see you now, right? You see the bullshit. But I got to let you guys know what's really going on in this shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of girls who will listen to this is gonna be like, "Oh no, I don't do that." It's really I'm gonna tell you what they do in a second. You'll hear. Okay, so we were at number 3, right? So number 2, we're going to countdown. Number 2 is they're scared to go out with you. Now this is this shit is just hilarious to me because there are certain girls who you'll get into contact with and you're supposed to go out with, and she's nervous to go out with you, and not necessarily just you, but she's just nervous to date. She's all like, I'm just nervous about going out with a guy. So then when it comes down to her actually going out with you, she's just not gonna show up. And these are usually the ones that just don't show up because they're even scared to break it off with you because they just don't, they don't even know what the hell they want. They're just nervous. Like I've had this done a couple of times. And I remember one time, I've talked about this before, where I was supposed to meet this girl at this spot, and I got to, where I was supposed to meet her at, and it was sort of near where she lived. And I'm sitting there, and then I text her, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm at the spot. Where you at?" And she's supposed to drive up and meet me at the spot. And then she texts me back and she's like, "Oh, I don't think I could come out." I said, "No, listen, I'm here." And I had to literally instruct her to put on her shit and get out of her house. I said, "Listen," I said, I'm going to hang up, and as soon as I hang up, I need you to put something on, walk out your house, get in your car, and come meet me. So she meets me, and then she fucking says, oh, I said, well, we talking. I'm like, yo, so what's up? Why you was trying to, like, not come through, you know what I mean? Like, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I was, she's like, to be honest, I was kind of nervous to see you because I really haven't been out with a guy in a while. And, it's been, I'm like, so now I would have came all the way out there wasting my time because she was scared to come see me because she hasn't, been on it. Because her words was, I haven't really been on a date with a guy I really liked in a while. So, and you see how ridiculous she likes me, but she's not. I'm sorry, ladies. You ladies are hilarious. Anyway, so yeah, some girls they're scared to come see you for whatever reason. All right, they got that fear in their heart. All right, now number one is, and this is like I think the worst reason why a chick will flake on you, is because she forgot she planned to see you. Okay? So this means that, forget that you weren't her first choice and forget that you were her backup plan. If a chick forgot that she planned to see you, she totally has no interest in you. Okay? And you know how I know this happens lots of times and it's so sad, is that I've actually been out with women on dates, or I've actually been fucking chicks while another dude was hitting her up that she was supposed to be seeing at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I remember I was with this girl and we was in a crib and, we doing our thing, whatever. And her phone just kept ringing. And I'm like, you want to get that? She's like, nah, I'm good, whatever. And then we did it or whatever. And then, it was ringing and, text messages. And I'm like, what the fuck? Right? So she looks at her phone and she's like, oh shit. And I was like, what? And she was like, I was supposed to see this guy today. And I'm like, so what happened? She's like, I forgot. And the crazy part is that shit happened multiple times when I was actually with women. So I'm with the chick while she's supposed to be with another dude at the same time she's with me. And it wasn't like she deliberately fucking didn't see it. She just totally forgot that she was supposed to fucking see this guy. So this is some guy who she took his number and, she was like, oh yeah, let's get together. And then it was just like, whatever. And see, a lot of these girls, they'll use these guys for attention, use these guys just as, to boost their ego. But they have no intentions of really even seeing the guy. They don't really care. They're not even thinking about this dude during the week. Nothing. So when the time comes, all this other shit happens. And, the guy, he, and a lot of times what happens is guys, they won't, like, let's say if a guy meets a girl on Monday and they're supposed to get together on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys won't, text the chick on Friday to confirm for Saturday. So, the last time he spoke to her was Monday. So Saturday comes and then she totally forgot what the fuck was going on. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it sucks because that shows the level of interest she has in the dude, because if she was really feeling him when they talked on Monday or they, exchanged numbers or whatever on Monday, she should have basically been thinking about him, or she would have been thinking about him, during that week at some points if she was actually excited to see him for that Saturday. But again, if the chick is not into you, she's going to flake and she's going to forget that she even planned to see you because she was not into you in the first place. All right? See, I'm telling you guys, like, don't fuck with these chicks on. And the thing is, you guys give these chicks too many excuses when they be flaking on you. And I'm gonna give you a bonus one of why women flake. Okay? Because, and this is the reason most women will use, but it's usually bullshit. But they're going to use it because they don't want to seem like assholes. You understand what I'm saying? So the number 6 reason they use, the number 6 reason I would say is the chicks will flake on you because they actually have a legitimate emergency or reason or something like that. But that's rare. Trust me, it's rare. Don't think this is the rule. This is the exception. See, chicks will pretend like it's a legitimate thing, but what's happening is that she's really going to see another dude. You understand? So a chick will call you and be like, "Oh, I can't see you because I'm sick, or I can't see you because my girlfriend's coming into town and I forgot and I have to show her around, or oh, I can't see you because I got called into work and I have to do this extra shift, and I like all this bullshit, and which sounds like legitimate shit, and once in a blue moon it could be, but usually it's bullshit. And I'm going to tell you how you can figure out if what she's saying is legitimate, and if you should even give her another chance, one more chance. Because I always say, I'm on some shit. If a chick flakes once, I don't care what the fuck happened. Like you're done, because I mean I'm just like that. Like you got to drop everything for me. That's just how I feel. Anyway, but the thing is, if it's legit, if it's bullshit, if a chick says there's an emergency, I can't make it, usually it's bullshit if she doesn't try to reschedule while she's letting you know that the emergency happened. So let's say like you're supposed to meet a chick, and y'all was supposed to go out or whatever, and she texts you or she calls you, and she's like, "Oh, something came up," and if it's like vague, "Oh, something came up, I can't really make it tonight. I'm sorry." If that's all she says, it's bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? And especially if she hits you up, let's say an hour or two before you're supposed to meet up. It's usually bullshit. It's usually another guy that she just wants to see her. Or, she has a man and she's feeling funny about it, or any of these other things I mentioned above. It's usually bullshit if she's saying, that stuff really quick and in a vague way, and, all that other shit. Like, she's trying to, and she doesn't try to reschedule. Now, if it's legitimate, what usually happens is that a chick will call you or hit you up probably a day or two before you're supposed to meet up and say, "Hey, look, I'm sorry I can't make it this Saturday, but look, what are you doing on Sunday? Or what do you do? I know I can't meet you on Saturday at 5, but can we meet like later that night, or can we meet Sunday? Is that cool?" Like if she's trying to make it happen, then the excuse is most likely legitimate, because she still actually wants to see you, and she kind of feels bad. Like she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but look, I want to see you tomorrow," or blah, 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 whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Now, there are times when emergencies happen at the spur of the moment. Like she's supposed to meet you at 6 and it's 4 o'clock and some shit just happened. But even then, she would say, "Oh my God, I'm sorry, look," and she would still try to reschedule with you. "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Or what are you doing at this time, at this time, at this time?" Do you understand what I'm saying? So if she's legitimately trying to do that, then most likely she's, if she's actually trying to reschedule, then most likely it's not bullshit. If she's not trying to reschedule, it's most likely bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? But most girls will use the excuse of, "Oh, this came up and that came up." Now, again, I always tell you guys this when it comes to flaking, don't just accept what she says, right? And just take it. So if she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, you free tomorrow?" Tomorrow, yeah, maybe. Let me see. I'll hit you back. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be like, "Oh yeah, I'm free any day for you, girl. Whatever you want. I'm free." Like, fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying? "Hey, I might be free. Let me get back to you." And then, you can call her back in like the next 5 or 10 minutes, or I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to think, because I really wanted to do this thing, but like, don't just make it seem like, like you're sitting there at home doing nothing, waiting for you to enjoy your life. You understand what I'm saying? Don't have that vibe, because no matter what, you want to be able to deal with a woman who's going to respect your time no matter what. And even, even if things come up, which is rare like that, because the thing is, if a chick really likes you, she's going to go through hell and high water to try to see you. Trust me. Okay, she's going to try to switch shit around. She will see you. You understand what I'm saying? So don't, a lot of you guys have all these excuses for him, and maybe she's just busy, maybe this. No, if she wants to see you, she's gonna get it popping. Just like, just like I was saying, where if you were like not the girl's first choice, that guy who is her first choice, she fucking fucked you over to see him because she really likes him. You understand what I'm saying? So if a chick really likes you, she's going to get it popping. You understand? And I had actually some guys hit me up and ask me, how do you prevent the flaky behavior? And there's a lot of ways you can prevent women from being flaky to an extent, because some chicks are just gonna be flaky as hell. You can't control it. But there are ways that you can certain things you can do to make it less likely she will flake. You understand? So I always say, like if you're talking to a girl and you first meet her and you say, yeah, we should get together and, go out sometime or whatever. And then let's say you're giving her your number, or you take her number or whatever, and be like, listen, I'm not going to I'm not going to give you my number if you're going to be flaky. So let me know now if you're flaky. I'm going to walk away, so you kind of bring it up. So if she is flaky, or she, most likely will not want to be flaky because she already told you she's not going to be flaky, and it looks bad on her. Women don't like to put themselves into positions to look fucked up. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you're sort of telling her, hey, you said you're not going to be flaky now, so you got to kind of own up to it at this point. And then if she is flaky, it's then you already know at that point it's a wrap. You understand what I'm saying? So you could kind of like bring that up. But also, just in general, you have to be a dude who doesn't really condone the flakiness. You understand? You have to understand your value, because you have to be like, look, I'm not going to be no chick's backup plan. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to be fucking with some chick who may have forgot that she planned to see me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have that mind state of, look, if you flake on me, you're done. And that goes with your aura, because a lot of chicks can tell the guys that they could fuck around with. Do you understand? You ever, just like when you were younger, you ever was in school and you had that teacher you knew you couldn't fuck with? You knew you couldn't get over on this person. You knew you couldn't fuck with this teacher. But then you had that teacher, you knew you could come into class late. You knew you could just do whatever and get away with it. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same type of vibe. You got to have that vibe where you're the type of dude, look, that's not happening. You understand what I'm saying? And stick with that, because then you're going to have that energy. And when, women meet you, you meet women, they can feel that, like, oh, yeah, this guy ain't on that bullshit. So I can't, I can't fuck around. So if I really want to fuck with him, I gotta be on my shit. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.